Welcome back. I am Dr. Liz Letchford.
And my name is Coach Paul Wright.
And today is the final day of our 6-part series dedicated to helping you find your optimal core. And today is all about stability. So today's workout, you can expect movements like bird dogs, hollow body holds, bear crawls, and plank to press. So if you're ready to celebrate with us this final day of all of the learnings and all of the growth that's happened over these past 6 sessions, let's get right into it. We'll start this workout with a little tune in. Meet me in a down dog position. Pedal out those feet. Take a moment here. Today is a celebration of everything that your body can do now, a celebration of how far you've come since the beginning of this program, and a celebration of what's to come now that you're going to take all of these learnings with you into your next workout. Shift forward into plank. Now, with today's focus on stability, apply all of the principles we've learned throughout this program right now in this plank. Determination. Zipping up your core, starting with the bottom of your body, all the way up. Push your fingers into the ground and then push back into downward dog. And even while you're here, how can you push into the floor a little bit more? Owning your space. There is so much to be grateful for, so much to celebrate. Look forward between your hands, shift your body forward into plank. And push back into downward dog. Take a wider stance. Own your space. Slide your shoulder blades down. It's like you're sliding your elbow pits forward and your armpits down and forward toward the mat. Keep that strong shoulder. Zip up your core and push the ground away to shift forward into plank. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower down. So today we've got a series of 5 movements we're going to go through 3 times, focusing on different aspects of stability, challenging your body in different ways. Meet me in all fours. So this first movement is a bird dog, right? So what are some things we're thinking about in the bird dog, Paul?
Thinking about stability.
Okay.
On one side of our body, thinking about core, of course. Thinking about our glutes. There's a lot to think about.
There's a lot to think about. So meet yourself right at the very anchor of this motion, which is zipping up the core. And as you extend opposite arm, opposite leg long, your priority is focusing on maintaining that strong core. And then, and only then, you can focus on the details, like reaching long. Pressing your hand and knee into the floor. Good, push. It's amazing the difference when you push into the floor. It's like you can own your space. I find that this workout space, I like to think of it as a laboratory. And so if you're finding yourself sinking into things and allowing just the weight to lump down into your body, notice if you're doing that in your everyday life as well. And how can you use this time right now for these last 5 seconds to cultivate courage and to celebrate how strong you are? Go ahead and relax. All right, our next movement is on your back. Now we're leveling up from the last time we focused on stability. This is a hollow body hold. We're gonna start hugging your knees in, feet flat on the ground. Level 1 is just a lean back, okay? Level 2 is a lean back and a kicking the toes up. Level 3 is kicking the toes up and leaning those arms up as well. Okay, so figure out where you are. We're gonna meet where you are. Equal challenge for all of us in 3, 2, 1. Good. And up. Now remember your focus here. It's about stability. So let's pause in this boat pose. For just 1 second at a time, making sure that core is crunched in, tucked in. The more stable your periphery is, the more stable your legs and your arms feel. Tense them up right now. That's gonna create a little bit more balance in your body. An ability to maintain this posture even longer. So how can you give me 1% more tension? Hold and relax. Back on hands and knees. So we've got bear crawls. All right, this is different. Last session we did bear hold, so let's refresh. So a bear hold is hands under shoulders, knees under hips, locking in that strong core, and then lifting up the knees 1 inch. So now we're gonna level it up, and we're gonna move with it. So what you'll do is lift those knees 1 inch, opposite arm, opposite foot, lift to slide backwards or forwards, whichever way. All right, I'm coming for you. And so we're taking it slow. Keep those knees low. One trick I have for when you move backwards is take smaller steps than you think. And forward. Last direction. Keep that core engaged. And relax. Whew, a nice little traveling bear. Rawr. So next movement we have is a plank to press. I love the plank as a core motion because it involves the entire body. So if we meet in a plank here, remember our focus today is stability. So let's celebrate how stable your plank is. Take a wider stance and then look at your hands. Put your elbow where your hands were. So we're gonna meet down in this elbow plank and then squeeze your butt cheeks, lift your kneecaps, and place your hands where your elbows once were. You ready?
Let's get it.
Let's go. Now the regression here is coming down to your knees. I'm gonna demonstrate that right now. Make sure though you still feel this in your core. So the same core principles apply. Tucking that rib cage down, squeezing the butt cheeks. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, last movement is putting it all together for a functional motion, a movement that you'll see picking up your groceries, leaning over to pick something up. We've got a single leg deadlift. Okay, so now we're involving the hips in our stability. So take your stance. And once you're ready, hands on your hips, tall. Let's do our check-in. Stable foot, grip your foot into the ground, soft bend in your knees. Tuck in that pelvic floor like you're holding your pee. Zip up those tight pair of pants, exhale. Shoulders back like your body's made of resistance bands. Hands on your hips and send it back. Now Paul's gonna demonstrate the kickstand if you're having trouble balancing. Today, celebrate how far and how much you've learned. How far you've come and how far you're excited to go from here. Where are you feeling this, Paul?
Hamstrings, glutes, and I'm creating energy in my upper body, keeping those shoulders back, so I feel my back too.
So you feel your back too. So even though this is a lower body motion, you're feeling that back activate. When I see people who lose their balance, it's because they're allowing their body to have energy escape. Go ahead and switch sides. What I mean by that is if your entire body isn't locked and loaded, like you've got, like your whole body is a fire hose and someone just turned on the water, right? If you're not allowing your body to do that, you've got energy escaping, got a hole in your hose, you're gonna be floppy. Go ahead and dip down. So how can you create a little bit more stability in your body? It's cool, just like, I love in all of my workouts to focus on how can I feel something different. I'm also a really curious person. And so sometimes it gets me into situations where I can feel really scared. A little outside of my comfort zone. How about you? And so today I want to celebrate your courage in journeying with us through this program. Getting a little outside of your comfort zone. That is worthy of celebration. Last 3 seconds. Those are the 5 moves that we'll be going through. We've got 2 more rounds. So right now, let's celebrate the mindset that you came into this workout with. Let's celebrate that wherever that was. Whether you were like, oh, I gotta do this because I'm obligated, or you were like, yes, I'm done, we're finished. I wanna celebrate where you are and then encourage you, challenge you to level that up. Let's go. First movement, bird dog, hands and knees. Your goal here is to keep your back as flat as possible.
There we go.
It's a little bit like pat your head, rub your belly kind of motion, right? Pushing your hand and knee into the ground. This is actually one of my favorite moves to use when I'm evaluating someone's movement. If I'm looking at their propensity or their risk for injury, I love this movement because it tells me, what does your core do? What does your back do as you go into hip extension? And we use this hip extension motion in everything, jumping, running, lifting. So I can tell right away if someone has, and I'm gonna demonstrate wrong form, but if somebody starts to extend their back, I bet that's what they're doing in their everyday life. So if you can change it here, you're gonna change your life. Last one. All right, let's get into those hollow bodies. Starting with feet on the ground. And once you're ready, before you're ready, go ahead and lift up. Hold, and come on back through. Yep, hold, taking that moment for stability. Paul, your core is so strong. So the reason that Paul's doing the modification up, the progression up, the reason this is so tough is because not only does his core have to hold his long, strong, heavy legs out, it also has to hold his long, heavy, strong arms all the way up above his head. So if you're feeling like, whew, this one's really hard, meet yourself where you are. You want to turn down the dial on the intensity so that you feel this in your core, not in your back, and not in your hip flexors. Last one. And relax. I said last one and Paul smiled like, yes, please. All right, we're gonna into those bear crawls. Ready? I'm gonna start up top. Whew, I'm gonna start backwards because it's harder and I'm always up for a good challenge. You ready? And lift those knees. Step it back, opposite arm, opposite leg. You're in control. You've got the coordination. Allow your body to match mine. Good. You'll hear my breath. My breath helps me focus. My breath helps me stay stable. Keep those knees low. This is your last round of these and relax. Nice job. All right, plank to press. We got those. Low plank to high plank. You ready? Plant those hands. When you're ready, tippy toes, strong plank. Before you begin, squeeze your butt, tuck your core, and then elbows down. Hands replace the elbows. Elbows replace the hands. Good, let the music inspire you. Let the celebration of this last day of our program inspire you. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, single leg deadlift. Let's go, stand up. I'm sweating, dripping. Feels so good. Feel alive, okay. Lock and load, ready to go. Grip your foot into the floor. Fire hose. Lock it in, soft bend in your knees. Hands on your hips, let's go. Sometimes we'll get into the game of comparison. It kind of goes hand in hand with expectations. So don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Don't compare yourself to who you used to be or what you used to be able to do. What if I told you that the way that this movement should look is exactly how you look right now? So instead of like, oh, the golden movement, everything has to be perfect, what if, as long as your core is on and you're feeling this in your hips, what if that was the picture in the magazine? How freeing does that feel? Last one here. Switch sides. So allow yourself to meet yourself where you are. It doesn't have to look any certain way. I'm all about how it feels. Soft bend in the knee. And let's try this side. And so if one side feels more or less stable than the other, can we embrace that? Can we find the peace in that? That's what I'm celebrating right now. I'm celebrating that even though one side feels different than the other, even though I might wobble a little bit or not get down as low for whatever reason, because I'm aware of that, I can now cultivate the tools to grow and to get better. And that's something to get excited about. Last 5 seconds here. Okay, round 2's done. We're gonna start our final round of our final day of this program. So get hype. Let's go into this final round with an attitude of yes, I can. You ready?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. I know I can. Let's go. We got bird dog, hands and knees. All right, shift your weight forward for an added challenge. Lock and load. Make sure that your spine is nice and neutral, not too tucked, not too extended, and then ready, go. Remember what I said about that fire hose? Yeah. Imagine you're a fire hose and the firemen have just turned the water on like crazy. Or you've got lightning bolts coming out of your fingers. Yeah. I'm sending you all that lightning energy right now, Paul. Yeah.
Taking it.
Yes. Receive it. Now your butt should be just as sore as your core after this workout. Can you feel that right now? For these last 5 seconds, squeeze your butt. Find your butt a little bit more. And if you're having trouble activating your glutes, tuck your tailbone. Boom, and relax. Okay, hollow body holds. Right into it. All right, set those heels into the ground. Lean back, smile on your face. Let's go. Kicking up, hold, and back down. Hold, and back down. Now, if you're starting to feel this in your hip flexors, there's a couple things you can do. Watch me. Keeping the knees bent or keeping the heel on the ground and just staying here. Just staying in this motion, you still challenge your core stability without placing too much tension on the front of your hips. Last 10 seconds. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Paul. All right, and bear crawls. Back onto all fours. Okay, we're doing this. And lift those knees. Take it on forward. So I know you feel this in your quads, in your core, in your shoulders. But remember, the start of this round is all about yes, I can. So how can you give yourself a little bit more credit? You can do this. You've got the coordination. You've got the strength. And relax. Woo, beautiful. Plank to press right away, getting into that plank. Come on, you just have 2 movements left. Stay with me. And then we celebrate all that we've accomplished. Right away, up into the plank. Shift the weight forward. Let's go down, down, up, up. For a modification, come down to your knees. Can you squeeze your hips a little bit more? Squeeze that butt. On the push, you've got to have a strong shoulder in order to stabilize and to protect that shoulder from injury. So slide that armpit down as you press up. Last 5 seconds. Yes, you can. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, single leg deadlift. Last move of the day. Woo! Ready to go. All right, Paul. What are you gonna focus on this time?
Balance and control from the foot all the way to the top of my head.
I love that. What are you gonna focus on this time? I'm gonna focus on, I love that fire hose. Like that's what I'm focused on. Ready? And go. All the way from the foot to the top of your head. You feel that? Whenever we have a focus, it helps us to remain calm in our workouts. I know we've all been in workouts where you're like, what is my body doing? What is this class? What is happening to me? No. Lock in, anchor in, find your strengths. Oftentimes we focus on like, oh, my balance is off, or oh man, I can't do that many, or this is a really tough challenge for me. But what if instead you focused on those things that you did really well? Last one on this side. And celebrated those things that you did so well. Go ahead and switch legs. Like if you had a diamond necklace and this whole workout was just a long string of diamonds, and some of those diamonds might have fallen off, right? You might have lost your balance or struggled with one of the movements. You could either be like, oh, I don't have a full string of diamonds, or you could wear your 6 diamonds with the holes in between, loud and proud. So I'm rocking my 6 diamonds right now, as loud as I can. Let's celebrate that which we can do. Yes, last 5 seconds on this side. Woo! We did it. We did it. We finished this 6-session series, and all along the way, we learned how to engage the core effectively, how to rotate with power and precision, how to stabilize so that everything, your shoulders, your hips, can have something strong to attach to. I'm so proud of you. Paul, thank you so much. Like, you were so incredible. You were so incredible, and I can't wait for you to join us here. Go ahead and take this program again. Notice what you can learn each and every time that you cycle through this program. I'm Coach Liz.
I'm Coach Paul Wright.
We'll see you next time.